Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Amber Reid's deleted community page posts about Twinkie and how Twinkie is doing. I think that the reason that she's deleting these community page posts almost as soon as she's writing them is she's not getting the right response that she wanted. Everything is about her and feel bad for her. And I think that she's definitely using this to get people to donate to her now that she's been fired from YouTube, but more on that later, as well as more Amber drama. Her ex is going to speak out against her. It's an exciting time to be alive, girls. I feel like a girl of 2021 again. Also, Foodie Beauty is definitely going back to her husband and is refusing insurance because of that. It's a wonderful time to be alive. Now, before we get any further, have you ever asked yourself, I watch this person's videos, I see these Kermits in the video, where can I purchase a Kermit? Why can't I purchase a Kermit? Well, now you can! In my game show host voice, it's a limited edition game show host voice that I do for November and December. It was not requested at all, not by popular demand at all. Anyways, here is my affiliate link. If you wanted to purchase a Kermit of your own, the product will pop up in the actual video. So get yourself a Kermit this season and let me know when he ships so I could be excited for you. All right, we're going to get into all the drama. Everything I'm saying just for entertainment purposes only. Please don't take anything I say seriously because I'm just sharing what I think, my opinions, not facts. I'm publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels to leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging comments, just entertainment purposes only. To get started, I just wanted to say something that I think could be obvious to some of you. Let me know if you've noticed this, okay? Maybe some of you you're thinking that maybe this is all an illusion. Everything is an illusion with Pookie Lynn, okay? She has extensively said that she is done with YouTube. She's getting another job. Goodbye. And we have seen, which I figured would be true, that she's posting on the community page, so you're not done with YouTube. You're on TikTok. You're having meltdowns on Instagram, you're reposting, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're on social media, you're constantly coming onto Instagram. My point is that this person is not leaving the internet. And if anybody out there thinks that she's leaving the internet, just ask yourself, what else is she going to do? I know that she's claiming that she's going to get another job. I wish you all the best of luck in the world, Pookie Lynn. I wish you all the best. I hope you do get a great job and I hope you're happy at the job. The problem is we know how you feel about work. So I think that she's not leaving. I know I should have said this earlier, but I thought like most of us understood, but if in case you're like worried, like it is possible that people are worried because I have seen people like being like, oh my God, I have nothing to watch. Why do these people report her? I get it. I understand, Pookie Lynn is going to be fine. She's not leaving the internet. If she was leaving the internet, don't you think she wouldn't be on Instagram, on TikTok, like out here on YouTube deleting community page posts? It's just the beginning, girls. It's just the beginning. I can't wait to see what Pookie Lynn Reid, my favorite YouTuber, does in the future. What I'm trying to say is, don't worry. She'll be back. In fact, how can we even say that when she's never left? Thanks for nothing. This is Amberlynn Reid's new community page post. Twinkie has been dropped off for surgery. I cried because she's my baby. Keep her in your thoughts, please. I'll update when I pick her up and get settled. Let's just stop here, okay? Can I tell you what happened to me? In the morning, I watched a video from the ankle, and I'll link it down below, in which he does a retro reaction to when Amber first took Twinkie in for the lump that Twinkie has, had surgery on today, okay? What she says in that video is it had pretty much taken her 7 years to really get it checked out. Like, here's the thing. Amber, I want to make this clear. Amber has definitely known about the situation, the condition that Twinkie has. And throughout the years I want to make this real clear, she has definitely taken Twinkie to the vet and has had the vet look at Twinkie, and they were saying that it isn't serious, it's not cancerous or whatever, so just to keep an eye on it, right? But before that, before all the years that have passed by recently where she was taking Twinkie to the vet and the vet was, checking out Twinkie and saying, just wait, whatever. Prior to that, it took her 7 years to get Twinkie to the vet. These are my thoughts on that. I believe that she might honestly not have had the money. Therefore, you should not have had the pet, okay? If you can't afford a pet, there's no shame in saying that you can't have one, okay? Because animal surgeries and just in general, and you also have to get animal insurance, pet insurance, she was never going to do that. Which leads me to my main point. I think whether or not she had money, which I doubt because she only started making decent money when she was with Destiny. This video is from the era when she was living with Beck and her other roommates, but she has mistreated her pets many, many times, as evidenced by her losing Gracie, and I will always blame you for that because it's obvious that you wanted her out of the house, in my opinion, but I'm 100 on that, so you could get Wasabi. Speaking of Wasabi, how come you never talk about Wasabi anymore? Yeah, who knows where he's at. And bottom line is, you lost Rarity multiple times. The way that you have behaved towards pets is not right. They should be rehomed. If it took you 7 years to get help for Twinkie. See, here's the thing. That's why she stopped doing a lot of these vlogs, because when she would say the truth, people would have a negative reaction to it. So she just stopped telling the truth. You understand? My point here is this. Amber, what you've done to your pets is not right. When you left Twinkie shaking in pain and went to Chili's with Destiny and her girlfriend at the time, that was also not right. We remember all of this. What you did to Rarity is not here only because of you, because you needed to take her to, some stranger's house. Obviously, prayers, positive thoughts towards Twinkie, poor Twinkie. The biggest problem that Twinkie has in her life is that you are her owner and you have not rehomed her yet. Okay, initial thoughts on this post. Obviously, as I said earlier, Amberlynn Reid proves every single day that she's not leaving the internet, even if she is, not making money off of YouTube. And she's going to continue to be back and be back and be back. She needs to be visible. And my main thing is that she would have never told her audience that Twinkie was having surgery had she not gotten into trouble with YouTube, had she not wanted sympathy. This is all for her. If you think this is for Twinkie, it's not. She wants to get your sympathy so you donate to her. That's what this is about. She would have never told her audience this otherwise, because her audience were always people that she made money on, versus now her audience are, again, people that could pay her on different, platforms. And now she's giving people, it's amazing that now you're giving people what they want, transparency to a certain point, when you're no longer making money on YouTube. Too little, too late, Pookie. Read some of these comments. This is a genuine question, like seriously. This type of insurance for pets can be just as cheap as $20 a month. You said you spent $10,000 on Choosy. Why don't you have insurance for your pets? Don't shoe this one outside like you did the other animal. Oh, now we can comment. Yeah. So the reason that people can comment now is because Amber is desperate for interactions and staying and, becoming still visible and relevant despite her not uploading to YouTube anymore. By the way, the fact that she's not uploading to YouTube is the biggest mistake ever, because what she's actually supposed to do is show YouTube more than one video of her new content. Way to go, Pookie. Anyways, so yeah, she's just engaging with people about something she would never tell you and letting people comment, because she's disabled the comments on her other community page posts because she always wanted to do that. Now she needs the engagement because she needs to stay visible. As far as, mistreating Twinkie and what the person said, don't shoo this animal away, this cat away, I already discussed it. I feel really bad for Romeo, because her kitten Romeo will eventually become, not a kitten anymore, and she doesn't like cats, in my opinion. She only likes kittens. What's going on with Wasabi is a great question. Why don't you pay attention to Wasabi? You never talk about Wasabi anymore. I just, honestly, I'm so sick and tired of this. And as far as the pet insurance question, Amberlynn Reid, in my personal opinion, not a fact, but I'm 100 on this, does not care about her pets. She cares about getting things for herself. Amber, sweetheart, you could say all you want that you care more about your pets than you do about anybody else. Why don't you have pet insurance? Why? What do you expect from a person that didn't have insurance for years and then later got? So listen, it's very simple. She said recently that she spent $10,000 in the game of Choosy. Game of Choosy is this. She buys a bunch of items and then she would force her exes to pick which one they like down to the last one out of hundreds or thousands. You understand? That's a game of Choosy. So she would buy charms and stickers for thousands of dollars. $10,000 she claims she spent, but she can't buy Twinkie pet insurance. Rinse, lather, repeat. Prayers for Twonk. Only positive thing I can give you, girl. Girl, you would have never updated us before on anything about the pets. I bet she left the door open. Where's Wasabi? Look, I'm going to say something. It's not going to be, I'm not about to say something that's going to make people happy, but I'm a realist. Maybe you noticed that from my videos. And I want to, like, get you ready for this in case it happens. It may not happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just be prepared that in the future you're going to be really let down and disappointed about the lives of her pets. If she, listen, she will reapply for monetization. I don't believe her. She will at some point reapply. Whether or not she gets accepted is completely up to her. But the point is that, like, I have significant worries about Romeo. I am worried about Wasabi, and obviously Twinkie. Amber, I don't really think you did the most for Twinkie that you could have done. You didn't take her to the vet for 7 years prior to, like, then when you started taking her, that was great. And then you gave her proper care. But I really think that happened because, people were calling animal control on you. So what I'm trying to say is I don't personally see anything positive happening in the future of her pets, unless, of course, they get rehomed ASAP. So just wanted to say that that's my opinion. Guess what? This post no longer exists. Amber deleted the post, like she's deleted all of the posts. Here's the thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with her per se deleting her community page, because who cares? What I think is incredibly, I don't know, just really just not good that you're doing this. You said to people that Twinkie was having surgery and that you would give an update. And then obviously, in my opinion, you deleted the post because it didn't get you the attention that you ordered, or it got only Twinkie attention and nobody felt bad for you. I think that a big part of why you did this was because you're trying to not just stay active, but also mainly because you want people to donate money to Twinkie, but they're going to give it to you. And the thing is that I wish that there was a way to donate money to Twinkie without giving it to her, because realistically, you can't trust her that she's going to use it for Twinkie. You understand what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. But what I think is wild here is that you didn't like the response you got, so you deleted it. But now you're leaving people, like, upset by deleting this post. What I'm trying to say is it's all smoke and mirrors for attention, not for the right reasons. How do you delete a post like this? Did you actually think you were going to get positive feedback? You didn't even take her to the vet originally for years and years on end. You need to rehome your pets, and you should not have them. In the midst of all of this, Amber then posted this: surgery went great. Thank you, everyone, for the positive thoughts. And I'm going to link below in my description box the Instagram account that I saw this on. And then it was up for a very short amount of time, and then Amber deleted this as well. The first thing I'm going to say about it is, obviously you're deleting your community page post about Twinkie because you either feel guilty, which I think you do. I mean, you refusing to take Twinkie to the vet years and years, knowing that she had a lump like that, is just outrageous. Just because you took her to the vet now, and just because you took her to the vet once you got money with Beck, that's great, but do not have a pet if you cannot take care of her. But so obviously she's feeling guilty, but deeper than that, there's something really off about these posts. If you genuinely wanted to update people about Twinkie's condition, you would leave the posts up, or you would make one general post saying, "Hi everyone, Twinkie had surgery, went well." Now, I'm glad that Twinkie's surgery went well. In the beginning, there were people that came to my channel and they commented and they said, "We don't think Twinkie's really having surgery." Now, I think that Twinkie did have surgery, but they're like distrust of the situation. I totally understand it. I do understand it, because you know that something is off with these posts if she's posting them and deleting them, posting them and deleting them. She almost never has done this. It's as if that now she's, and this is where I'm going with this, now that she lost her money on YouTube, it's as if there's no rules at all for her. And you're only doing this to get attention on you and donations. This would have never happened, ever happened, if your audience were just your audience and you were making money off of them. So it's very sad. It's sad that you have Twinkie. It's sad that she had to go through this. I think one of the worst things, other than Twinkie being with the wrong owner, okay, and that's me being kind, I think that you're worrying your audience. A lot of your audience doesn't know if Twinkie is okay. What exactly happened with Twinkie? Either you shouldn't share anything or you should share the truth. Because when you keep deleting these posts, you're creating doubt and suspicion in people's minds. And people are worried about Twinkie. People love Twinkie. They want her to be okay. They want your dog to be okay. And you're worrying them by constantly writing something, deleting it 5 minutes later, writing something, deleting it 5 minutes later. This is making people suspicious and mainly making your audience incredibly worried. And this is wrong, okay? Especially since this is not coming from a place of concern on your part. Yes, I'm sure she does want her dog to be okay, but she's only sharing it with the audience for the wrong reasons. What are your true motivations, Amber, for sharing this? Because you never told us anything that was going on. In fact, and this is a fact, Amber said in one of her last live streams, oh, I never talk about it. Like I say, I'm going to the vet, I'm going to the bed, but I haven't told you, pretty much what's going on. I'm paraphrasing. Well, yeah, don't you think it's a little suspicious that when she no longer can make money on YouTube, now she's telling you people are worried about Twinkie? You're not providing any real statements about it because you're deleting them right away. When you delete them, people don't believe them. You understand what's going on? When you delete a post that says everything's great with Twinkie and then you immediately delete it, people doubt your sincerity and what really happened to Twinkie. Now her audience is worried. Move on to Amber's Cameo. Right now she's selling them for $64 plus as like a 20% off. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably going to go away because it was for just like the holidays. She went back to selling them for like around 80 something dollars beforehand, and they used to be $100 and $200 beforehand. Her average length of her cameos, where like it's just a website where you give people pet talks or say, happy birthday, congratulations on your job. Basically, average length is like about a minute. And I looked before I was going to make this video, like, what is the average length of the celebrities? And to be fair, the average length of a celebrity cameo is about 50 seconds to a minute from those that I saw. I'm not saying that everyone's like that. But the thing is, Amber's not a celebrity. And she was charging almost as much as celebrities do actually do that. And I think that that's not right. But you know what would make everyone feel better? If we read the cameo bio that I decided to read today from Amber. This is about Amberlynn Reid. Amberlynn's fans absolutely adore her and have been watching her YouTube videos for years. They often order personalized videos for major life events like birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries, or just to get a little boost of encouragement from their favorite YouTuber. Amberlynn's fans seem to really connect with her candid storytelling. This woman has been a pathological deceiver for over 10 years. And her relatable struggles. In their video requests, fans frequently ask Amberlynn to mention their favorite catchphrases, inside jokes, or beloved pets like her cat Twinkie. Amberlynn seems to have a knack for making each video feel like a fun, personalized chat with a good friend. Cat Twinkie. Well, that's enough for me. I totally understand that Amber didn't write this bio, but it's interesting that she decided to keep it up. Okay, let's move on to Destiny. Destiny, for those of you that may not know, is Amber's ex. Destiny posted, give me all your questions here. Gonna film a Q&A video. Amber took down all her videos. Any suggestions on how I can retro react? I don't suggest you do that, but okay. Do we think she was too scared of what I would say? And then somebody's like, listen, that's not why she took down her videos. She took down her videos because she, not making money on YouTube. And Destiny said she was just kidding. Wonderful. It's a wonderful time to be alive, girls. Here's the thing. You can do your retro reactions. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to say this again, and no one will take me seriously. The reason that Amber privated her videos instead of permanently deleting them is so that she can still strike channels for using her content. Copyright-wise, and there's another way. The problem is Amber wants to be able to still control reaction channels even though she still not making money on YouTube. At the end of the day, Destiny, my advice to you is I'm sure that you forgot a bunch of stories or things you didn't tell us. Just watch it off camera if you want to do a retro reaction and react to it on camera. Do not put her videos into yours. This will have little effect to none. But, the thing is this. Amber wants so much to be involved in controlling reaction channels' lives now that she is not making money on YouTube temporarily. She's going to be back. But ask yourself, if she has to delete all of her videos permanently instead of privating them to reapply for monetization, why would she do that? Why would she try to hurt her own chances of getting monetized again? It's because she's obsessed with going after reaction channels. If she deletes them off the servers, she can't give people copyright strikes and any other issues. As far as Destiny trying to do a Q&A, do them every day, Destiny. Post them once a week. Expose her. Do whatever you need to do. Tell us what happened. Tell us, what I think people would be interested in? This is a topic. Exactly how obsessed was Amber with Kiwi Farms, with, the Facebook groups? Did she read all the comments all the time? I know that Destiny said that, she was interested in Kiwi Farms, but what did she say about it? What were her responses? Did she read every comment? How obsessed was she with reaction channels at that point? I think that's something that, would be interesting. And I'm going to be honest with you. I do have a question for Destiny, but I can't say it here. So exciting time to be alive, girls. My frog made me say that. Okay, now it's time to discuss Foodie Beauty and discuss a prediction that I made a while ago coming true. What a big surprise. Yes. So do y'all remember when Foodie Beauty was supposedly separating from her husband? And I said, and we have talked about this once since it happened, I said to you, hey, 100%. I'm 100 on this. They're not really breaking up. And all the people that are donating money for her to move to Canada and to stay in Canada, what you're doing is you're being deceived, because Chantal extensively said that she was never going to go back to her husband, to Syria, to Kuwait. She's never going back there, never, ever, ever. She's going to permanently live in Canada. And if you donate to her to move to Canada and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that she did receive from the donations, she is never going back. Y'all remember that? And I said, I can see the way that they are communicating with one another. I am telling you that they are not breaking up. And I know Chantal, I've watched her for a while, and everything that she has shown us on her channel screams that she cannot be without a man, that she finds her validity in a man, that she finds her self-esteem in a man. Go find your self-esteem in a Kermit. Anyways, my point here is this. Remember when I told you that people were being scammed because she promised them that, because people were saying, hey, if I donate and you go back to, this other place and you're promising us you're going to live in Canada. Remember I told you you're being scammed, whoever donated? Okay, here we go. Well, it's come true. Okay. Foodie Beauty does a live stream in which I wish that this wasn't true. You can't even make this up. Girl world are things that you cannot make up. Okay. She says that she got a phone call from the lady from the insurance company, and they were trying to reinstate her insurance. She has no insurance. Imagine a person who has diabetes without insurance. Where are you getting your medicine from? Where are you getting your, test strips from? What is going on? What is going on with you? And diabetes is not the only disease you have, and you don't have insurance. A lot of people go through this, right? A lot of people are trying so desperately to get insurance. She's being given it, and she declined it. Yes, she declined it. So the lady from the insurance company called her up, supposedly, allegedly, and said, this is like a contract that we're going to sign, you and me. You need to tell us that you are definitely staying in Canada for the next 6 months. So Foodie Beauty had to decline because she says that she doesn't know if that's going to happen. So basically, she didn't take free insurance. And I understand that nothing in the world is free. Nothing in the world is free. And there's stipulations. I get that. She denied and declined it because she says she doesn't know if she's going to, quote, have to go back or want to go back. You know what? You deserve what you get. Honestly, Chantal, whenever you find yourself in difficult situations, always remember the moment that you lost the plot. And it was numerous times throughout your life, but now is definitely it. When she first came to Canada, she had a bad cold, whatever, couldn't get no help because she has no insurance. Chantal, what you're really telling us is that you lied and scammed to your audience. in the past when you told them that you're definitely staying in Canada forever. Oh, and another thing, she keeps saying over and over and over again that she's definitely moving once her lease is up. And, she wants to move to another apartment. But okay, I'm sure you're going to understand what I mean right now. You know, when somebody is talking and you kind of get a feel for what that they're saying, that the words that they're saying are not true. No, I'm not just talking about girl world, but when you get a vibe of what they actually mean. So I'm sure this has happened to y'all before, right? You ever had a conversation with a person and they're saying one thing, but the energy they're giving off and the vibe of what they're saying is something totally different? That's her. I'm going to link below where I saw this, video from. And the vibe that you get is when she says, I just want to move to a different apartment. I'm definitely, ending the lease here. Well, like once the lease is over, I'm going to move to another apartment. The vibe is she's going back to her husband. Look, if you believe nothing else today, believe this. People talk about what they think about. If a person hasn't thought about something, they probably are not going to mention it. She's been thinking about, her situation type deal. There's no way that he just wants to be with her. He's cheated on her numerous times. Maybe this is something they could give it a try, whatever. Honestly, you know what, Chantal? I don't really care what you do with this guy that's just not that into you, that's cheated on you tons of times, that's humiliated you on the internet. Go and do whatever you want. The idea and the fact that you declined free healthcare because you couldn't make a commitment to not leave Canada for 6 months says everything I need to know about you. Keep going back to a man who's just not that into you, who cheated on you, who doesn't love you. Love, let me tell you something. Love is many things, but love doesn't make you question your whole being and your worth as a human being. And if you don't have confidence from the love that you are receiving, if you don't feel confident, that's not love. That's, I don't know, a bad movie from the 80s. I don't know. The point of the story is this is outrageous that she scammed people like this, and people should get their money back. It's outrageous because not only did you lie to them to get money that you're not really using for the greater good, even in your own life. She's going to give up her home in Canada just to run back and be with this man. And he's going to cheat on her again. And he's probably already remarried or getting remarried, in my opinion. And she's just going to be in the background. That's great, Chantal. Here's a wild idea. So you are incredibly ill. You have multiple diseases. You have multiple bad things going on. The fact that you are denying free healthcare, because look, it's 100% what's going on. She thinks she's going to go visit him or leave Canada in the next half a year. So you know what, Chantal? You deserve exactly what you get. This man will never love you. He'll never be your husband. It will never be the story. Listen, Chantal, because I'm sure Chantal doesn't watch my videos either. It'll never be the story in your mind because the players involved are not who you think they are. Okay, people make up stories in their head where they're like, I love this person, I need this person, this person doesn't need you, this person doesn't love you, he cheated on you numerous times. You couldn't even take free healthcare for 6 months because you're going back to this guy. All the people that gave you money because you promised and you genuinely lied to them so frequently to their faces and took their money saying, oh, well, I'm never going back there. You can trust me. Chantal, you 100% deserve whatever happens to you. Going back and forth, you will never have your insurance back. And a person with diabetes without insurance is just, okay, Chantal, this is your choice and it's what you deserve. Thoughts, dislikes, comments, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you all so very much for watching today. I appreciate your time. Let me know your thoughts. Go check out this other video that's popping up here on a similar topic. I will see you very soon on the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.